On this video, we're going to talk about some basic trading terminology. You're not going to understand everything here. That's what the full-blown academy is for, but this will give you some of the basics so you can get a little bit of an idea of what you're looking at. So right now, we're on TradingView, which is a free website. You can go and create an account right now and be able to do your analysis. This is what our expert traders use, not to execute trades. I actually use MetaTrader 5 to hit buy and hit sell and execute trades, but to do your analysis before you place a trade. And first things first is what asset are you trading? Right now, I'm looking at gold. You can look at crypto, stocks, indices, commodities, currencies, whatever it is. For me, my favorite asset to trade is gold, and each asset has its own symbol. For example, gold is XAU USD. We're on the 1 minute chart, so you can see these candles, these red bars going down or these blue bars going up. Candles represent price and time. Price meaning you can see the price right now is moving a little bit. The price of gold is right here. 4850 is the current price of gold. By the end of this video, it might be up here, it might be down here. We shall see where the price is. It's constantly fluctuating, going up and down all day long. And when I say the candles represent price and time, we're on the 1 minute chart, so it's showing you how much the price went down or up, and each candle represents 1 minute. You can go to the bigger time frames to get a different perspective of the overall direction, and you can go to the smaller time frames to find a precise entry. It's like Google Maps. You could zoom out and see your state, and you could zoom in and see your own backyard. You're getting the same chart, but just a different perspective. And we're on DeFi, so all these lines, these red and blue lines, and this right here, this is from our scanner DeFi. 80% of trading is technical analysis, which is a fancy word for patterns. There's certain patterns that happen on the chart over and over and over. That's why we have DeFi here at Iconic. It is one of the most simple and accurate scanners that I've ever seen to do the analysis for you, do the heavy lifting for you, and tell you exactly where to get in and where to get out based off of certain patterns in the market. So before I show you this trade that DeFi just called, what I want to do is give you some examples of some trades that we could have taken and how much you could have potentially made. So the way trading works is you can make money either direction. If I short the market here and within, let's say 22 minutes, the market dropped 241. I know this is confusing, but you move the decimal over one. In 22 minutes, the market dropped 241 points. Now, the smallest trade size possible is 10 cents per point. It's called your lot size, which is your trade size. I'm just going to say trade size for simplicity purposes. If I short the market here at a 10 cent per point trade and the market dropped 241 points, I would have made $24.10 in a matter of 22 minutes. Now, the next trade size up from there is 20 cents per point. Then it goes 30 cents per point. It goes in increments of 10 cents. You choose your trade size before you place the trade. Let's say eventually you get to $1 per point. That's your average trade size. So if I did $1 per point and the market dropped 241 points on that same trade in 22 minutes, I would have made $241. Now, it gets even crazier. There are people in our community $10 per point. So on that same trade, if I shorted the market and 22 minutes later it dropped 241 points at $10 per point, you would have made $2,410 in 22 minutes. Once I understood that the same skill to make $22 in a couple minutes is the same skill to make $2,000 in a couple minutes, that absolutely blew my mind. It works the same way on a buy scenario. So that's how you would short the market. If you short the market and the market goes down, you profit. If the market went up, you would have obviously lost the trade. If you buy and the market goes up, then you would profit. If you buy and the market goes down, then you would lose the trade. Now, let's say I bought here in a buy scenario example and just do from here to here. In a matter of 24 minutes, the market went up 160 points. Now, again, that could be $16, $160. That could be $1,600. It just depends on your trade size, which you chose, when you place a trade. So the question is how do I place a trade? Where do I get in and where do I get out? So I'll answer both those questions at the same time. The way you place a trade is you need three numbers. You need your entry, where you're getting in. Your stop loss is your safety net in case the trade goes the wrong way. And then your target, in this example, let's use take profit 2 here. Generally speaking, if you're brand new, you're going to just use take profit 1 because it's a little bit easier for a new person. So you would generally just use take profit 1, entry, your stop loss. These three numbers, these three prices, you would copy those numbers over to MetaTrader, and that's how simple it is to place a trade. You just copy those numbers over to MetaTrader. Now, what I love about DeFi is it'll tell you where high probability trades are based off of certain patterns in the market. So this right here is called a scorecard, and it's saying there's 4 confirmations for a buy position, and it gave us the entry price. So let's say that we followed this trade and we bought right here, and the market went and hit take profit 2 in a matter of 16 minutes. The market went up 42 points. Again, that could be $4, $40, $400, just depends on your trade size. Now, the cool thing is once you actually set the parameters of the trade, the entry, stop loss, and take profit, once it hits your stop loss or your take profit, the trade will close you out automatically, so you don't have to be staring at the chart the entire time. So that is what a buy scenario looks like. If you were to see a red scorecard up here above price, kind of near these red bands up here, and you saw a red scorecard, then that would be a confirmation for the market is going to probably drop and you're going to actually short the market in that scenario. And your stop loss would actually be above price. You would have your entry and your target. And again, you would just copy those prices over to MetaTrader 5, copy, paste, and potentially profit. So there are people within their first month, some people within their first week that are mastering this scanner and becoming consistently profitable, and they're winning 7 out of 10 trades just by understanding the basics of trading and actually using this tool. So I highly recommend that. And that's a little bit about the basics of trading. If it doesn't make sense completely, that's perfectly fine. I just wanted to give you guys a preview to the movie. Once you go through the academy, once you hop on some live sessions, it'll all click. It's kind of like a puzzle. You get a little bit on this session, and then you get a little bit on the next call, and every single time you're just learning and you're stacking your knowledge on top of your knowledge. And then eventually you're able to read these charts very, very quickly. You'll be shocked in 30 days how well you'll be able to master the basics of trading as long as you're hopping on here, like I said, at least an hour a day. So with that being said, I will see you guys on the next video.